It's a first alert weather day because we have a lot of wind in the area today, and we also have a lot of heat. If you're not a fan of warm weather, then today is not going to be for you because we're supposed to reach 100 degrees here in Grand Junction. But the first alert weather day is specifically for a red flag warning, which was issued by the National Weather Service starting at 1 p.m. and going through about 8 p.m. later tonight. So let's break that down a little bit further. A lot of us are included under this red flag warning. We also have some fire weather watches going on beneath this red flag warning as well. So we are going to see really low levels of relative humidity. Our humidity has dropped to about 5 to 10%, and our wind gusts are about 35 miles an hour. So we have dry air moving really quickly at about 35 miles an hour over obviously dry ground, and that's a recipe for disaster when it comes to red flag conditions, meaning fires are favorable and are easy to start, and they could also spread out of control once they are initiated. So that means burning today is something that we're definitely focusing on. If you're doing that, make sure you're checking your local winds first. But your wind today, if you're wondering when you should expect the start, the red flag warning doesn't go into effect until 1 p.m. And that's because the wind starts to show up around 1. We have about 22 mile-per-hour gusts in the Delta area, 26 in Montrose, 20 down in Cortez, and in the next few hours, by 2 p.m., we're at 26 in Delta, 22 in Montrose, and 19 in Cortez. So minor fluctuations back and forth until we get to the 4 o'clock mark. That's when Montrose will be nearing the about 30 mile-per-hour range, getting up to about 27. The Rifle area still at 23 mile-per-hour gusts, and Grand Junction, of course, still at 22. So lots of wind to be had. Outdoor dinner tonight is probably not going to be very enjoyable, saying it is so warm. It's also really windy, meaning we're kicking up tons of seasonal allergies. So if you're sensitive to seasonal allergies, you're definitely not going to want to spend a ton of time outside, but about 27 mile-per-hour gusts, Grand Junction by 6 p.m. So lots of wind tonight. It will subside after dark, but we will see more wind tomorrow right around the same time because the red flag conditions won't be going anywhere. But in the meantime, let's talk about where that wind is coming from and why it's bothering us, because we have a high pressure ridge over us. The high pressure ridge is why we're 100 degrees. It's why we've stayed so warm and consistent. But now there's a low pressure trough weakening our high pressure ridge just a little bit. That means by tomorrow we could start to see a small amount of turbulence. No rain for us, but our temperatures could cool down. But nonetheless, the spin-off from this low pressure trough is allowing some of that wind to cut through the state of Colorado, and that's exactly why we're so windy, and the wind will continue tomorrow. But if you are sick of the heat, unfortunately, there is no escaping it because the low pressure trough will cool us down by just a little bit for tomorrow and Wednesday. That's why we're only 95 degrees both days. But by Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we're starting to get really close to meeting and or challenging those record highs. Right now, we're about 5 to 10 degrees above climatology for our point in the year, but our record high for Thursday is 102, and we're supposed to hit 102, which is considered abnormal. But by Friday, still, we're not breaking any records or meeting any, but we're 102, and then on Saturday we're still at 100 degrees. So prepare for a really warm forecast over the next couple days. Get through today, stay inside, stay cool, drink lots of water. 100 in Grand Junction and in Delta today, 95 in the Montrose area, 94 down in Cortez, and then your low temperatures overnight, those are also really comfortable, around 64 degrees in Grand Junction, and in Delta 59, Montrose 59 as well, and Cortez 50.
As an emergency room physician, I worked in level 1 trauma centers for years. I know what happens back there. One ambulance after another, with injured patients and lives that are changed forever. I understand. I took care of those people. Thank you. Now, as an attorney, my team and I care for the same people, but in a different way, working to get our clients' lives back to normal. If you've been injured, our medical and legal expertise provides a unique advantage. Ramos Law. What makes us different makes us better.
100 degrees today means you're going to want to stay inside. But tomorrow, a little bit of a breakup happening here, about 95 degrees both days, but then back to the triple digits not long after. So don't get too used to the 90s because we'll be sticking in the hundreds for an extensive period of time. Peaking at the Montrose 7-day forecast, we're expecting to see 95 degrees today. We'll cool down on Wednesday, Tuesday and Wednesday, and then warm right back up to 98 degrees Thursday and Friday. So lots of heat here in western Colorado. Delta will also be in the hundreds. 103 by Thursday after our brief cool down, and 102 on Friday. Even into Saturday, 100 degrees. So that is a lot of heat, and you're definitely going to want to stay cool. On Cortez, you're expecting 94 today. You'll cool down to about 89 on Tuesday. Wednesday, 92, before you jump right back up to about 97 degrees. So lots of heat. Stay cool, stay inside. Make sure you're drinking lots of water.